Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. XRP has been on an amazing run the last couple days, reaching yesterday as high as 73 cents. And at the time that I'm recording this, there's been a bit of a pullback, but look, to be clear, even though yesterday it looked as though XRP could have just kept on running forever, it's not literally the case that any asset is going to go up in a straight line forever. Not literally. Obviously, there are pullbacks along the way, and so of course, when people say it's just going to go up, it's like there can't be temporary blips on the radar. Like obviously, there can be some brief pullbacks here, and so what I've noticed on social media, from some people at least, I don't know how widespread this sentiment is, but from some people, there's this concern that this could be an indication this is some sort of false rally. It's not real. It's just going to go back down, and I think that just speaks to the degree that a lot of people holding XRP for so long, and I understand why. I'm sympathetic, but I think it just shows that a lot of people really feeling beat down, especially what so many of us have had to put up with as XRP holders because of the SEC for years on end, and then we've been in a bear market throughout 2022, and things have obviously been a lot better in 2023, but I understand where people are coming from. But just let me say this to add a little perspective. Like in crypto bull markets, even in bull markets, it's normal to have 30% pullbacks. Historically, that is normal in crypto. Now, typically, that doesn't mean that they're going to be lingering on for 3, 4, 5, 6 months necessarily, but to have those types of pullbacks, that's normal. And that's not even what we saw. You're talking about XRP getting up to 73 cents last night, and now here we are about 12 hours or so later, and it's 68 cents. Not exactly the end of the world. Not exactly the end of the world. So, look, the fact that XRP, Bitcoin, and many others are a bit down is from that anyway, is not an indicator that we're now instantaneously in a bear market. But that's what the sentiment feels like. And I'm just saying that it's a silly thought. And so I'm going to share with you some perspective from a few chart analysts along with some of my thoughts along the way. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I'm not offering financial advice. And you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. Okay, so to drive home the point that this is not just some sort of XRP bull pullback, let me just give you, and this just it's just one more instance, but there are a lot of these. I'm just cherry picking this one because it's of interest to me. But what about HBAR? Happens to be one of my larger crypto holdings out there, and my fellow XRP YouTuber, the Bearable Bull, is obviously a big fan as well. He shared the price of HBAR reaching over 6 cents, and he wrote last night, just 11 hours ago roughly, "My second wife is looking juicy too." And so I was happy and excited to see that as well. And so I reposted that, and I noted that at the time, HBAR was up 25% over the last days. And at the time I posted that, at that exact moment, XRP was up about 30% over that same time period of 30 days, about 30%. And so HBAR, it got as high as a little over 6.2 cents. And then at the time I'm recording this, it's more like 5.7 cents. Not a disastrous drop, and not for XRP either. But I say this to drive the point home that there were all sorts of alts that were taken off. And that's pretty cool, right? So Bitcoin's been leading the way, especially the last couple of weeks with that big burst up. And there was even a day where we saw a $5,000 daily candle for Bitcoin. Fantastic, right? But altcoins have been going, just in a general sense, some more than others, obviously. And so the fact that a number have pulled back a bit at roughly the same time over the last 24 hours, it's not surprising or weird or the end of the world at all. This doesn't change what's happening on a macro level, not in the least. And in fact, here is a post from the blockchain backer, my fellow XRP YouTuber, on September 7th, and he was right here. And so it's 2 months later now, but he knocked this out of the park. He said, "I believe the bears are going to get left behind in epic fashion." And folks, that is what we've seen since then. The bears have been proven to be disastrously wrong. All right, and chart analyst TXMC responded to that yesterday and said, "This was a stone cold call made during a fear-gripped market when so many people expected low 20s again, so low 20,000s for Bitcoin." And that's true. And blockchain backer said, "Nope, that's not what's going to happen. That's not what's most probable anyway." And so here we are. And you know what's cool? All of this incredible price action has occurred without SEC approval of a spot Bitcoin ETF, which will make a material impact over the long haul. As money actually starts flowing in, it's going to be of much greater significance than when Bitcoin futures were approved in the United States in 2017, because that wasn't backed by actual Bitcoin. You know, spot Bitcoin ETFs, those are just, they're derivatives of Bitcoin, but that means that Bitcoin has to actually be held. The supply and demand dynamics, it's hard to overstate the implications over a prolonged period of time, even over the first 12 months after that hits, because I'm telling you, investment advisors are going to be onboarding clients like freaking crazy. And so we'll see exactly what that looks like, but that's a real thing. And so I'm just saying it's neat to see all this, including XRP, and we're not even there yet. We're pre that. It's gonna go ballistic here. And here's perspective from chart analyst Leb Crypto from 2 days ago. And I wanted to highlight this because this is before most of the true excitement that's been admittedly very fun. And we deserve to enjoy what we've enjoyed the last couple of days, seeing price go up. Absolutely, just enjoy those moments because they're few and far between. But I just want to bring home this point here. Like Leb Crypto, before this run really kicked off, like he was being bullish here. And he, to be fair, like he does acknowledge, like if Bitcoin collapses, which he actually thinks in theory could occur, you could see a disastrous action with Bitcoin, which would bring down XRP. Okay, fair enough. But in terms of the potential, he still sees that, his opinion, it's plausible for XRP to exceed $20. And what I'm sharing with you is this temporary small pullback since last night is not an indication that anything from a macro scale changed. And so 2 days ago, here's what Leb Crypto said. XRP, and so mind you, a couple days ago, XRP was at like, what, 61 cents? Before it ran up to 73 cents? And he said, XRP looking decent, still consolidating the 2017 mega bull run with an asymmetrical triangle. As long as 47 cents holds, price favors the bulls. Anything under 47 cents over the coming 3 to 6 months would be extremely bearish. Resistance at $1.20 and $2. Above $2, XRP can easily 10x to $20 plus. And it's worth noting also here, the blockchain backer was saying literally yesterday, I'm sure some of you heard him say this, that, you know, in terms of immediate resistance levels, I think he said 75 cents. I believe that's the first primary one he cited. And that's when XRP was around 73 cents. So we were pretty much at it. So the fact that we've seen some pullback right there, that shouldn't be particularly surprising anyone. And then the other big one that he cited was basically like 83.5 cents. And then at one point he just rounded up and said 84 cents. And I thought, yeah, okay. So that's another one to watch. But after that, it's like all bets are off. It's like bull mode at that point. So we're, you know, numerically, we're not far away from it. We'll see what it takes to actually get to that point. But all of that's still on the table, just to be clear. Nothing literally goes up in a straight line forever. And then there's this from chart analyst Dark Defender. This is an XRP USD chart. Hi all, let's have a look at the smaller time frames, such as 4 hour. After reaching 73 cents, XRP had the corrective action and just checked where it had the support. Yes, 66.49 cents, which is key. You can see the corrective ABC in the zoomed area. It will not last too long, but he will breathe there. And so again, you don't need to be a chart analyst to understand these very basic concepts, and I certainly am not, and most people aren't. After a notable run-up like we just saw, it's not uncommon for an asset to bump up against resistance and then go back down and check a previous resistance level to see if it's now become support. So his articulation of that particular instance here, and he's saying, you know, about 66 cents. Okay, yeah, we should expect this is very easy to understand. So that's good. Like, that's what I'm saying. This is perfectly reasonable. And he's still very bullish and very optimistic. And he then said, very short-term targets are 87 cents and $1.05. XRP is heading towards $1.88 and $5.85 afterwards. Have a sunny day. So again, I say this all just to highlight. And mind you, that was 2:31 a.m. And in case anyone's interested, what time is it? 8:47 a.m. Tuesday, November 7th, 2023. 8:47 a.m. Central Time. So this was, you know, again, just over 6 hours ago. So the fact that there's been a slight pullback hasn't changed his perspective. He's been saying this stuff for a long, long time. Here's perspective from chart analyst Greg Crypto. And he said, XRP, the 7 to 12% dance. XRP targets tend to overshoot by 7 to 12%, offering both a blessing and a curse. I discussed this on October 25th. Check out the screenshot where I highlighted this insight. The silver lining is that this overshooting occurs during price surges, but the downside is that it also takes place during market downturns. Take a look at my charts for the 65-cent level where it overshot by a whopping 12%. For a smoother ride in the short term, I believe XRP should retest the breakout point, but don't forget about that 7 to 12% difference. XRP Army stays steady as we march toward our goals. Yeah, so a fairly similar sentiment there. And it's good. Share the perspective. I appreciate it. And it's easy to understand stuff. It's common sense stuff, even if you're someone like me who isn't a chart analyst. It's easy to understand. It doesn't go up in a straight line forever. So again, I wanted to make this video just to share those types of thoughts because I understand how and why humans have the emotions they have in markets like this, because we're talking about the most volatile asset class that our species has ever seen, right? It truly is. It truly is. And this is what we're living through. So I get it, how it can just twist people up and it can shake people out. I get it. People get washed out because of this, because of the nature of crypto markets. And so my message here is, although I don't know what the price action is going to look like and I don't make price predictions, I'm just delivering a broader message that this type of volatility historically is completely normal. So if you're getting hit in the feels, do you think that makes logical sense, or are you just being a normal human? Because that is a normal human thing. I'm the weirdo. I'm the weird human that doesn't get hit by this stuff. So I don't know. If you want, you can just be weird with me, I guess, and just not get hit in the feels when this stuff happens, because it's gonna keep happening. Like if you're having a hard time now, I just got to respectfully say good luck when XRP hits a new all-time high in interest price discovery, because it's going to be volatile AF. There will be major pullbacks, and some of them you'll be wondering, oh, was that the top? Was the top end? And then it'll whip around and start blazing on up to the upside, because there will be pullbacks like that. So if you're having trouble with this, good luck when you're talking about sways of like 50 cents or $1 or whatever it ends up being, because that's going to be in our future. That's what I believe. But you know what? Honestly, all things considered, that'd be a fun problem to have. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.